Peace and greetings. Peace and greetings to you guys who are catching this as the recording it will become. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this lovely day. I was having a little bit of difficulties with YouTube, so I am running a little bit late. So do excuse me for that. Peace and greetings. Thanks so much for joining me today, sis. I'm going to give it a little bit for other people to join and see that I've gone live. You guys can see my awards in the background. I'm going to adjust because the lighting is bad and my light broke. So let me get on this side so I can get some natural light. Luckily, my room is straightened up. Peace and greetings to you guys who are joining me. I am so excited to talk about this particular cycle that has just ended because it has impacted me so much in my life. I don't know how it has impacted you guys personally, but it has been very intense for me. And I just want to share what I have noticed, what has been going on for most people. So let me just adjust this. Yes, I have my tea, so I am going to definitely look at the tea before we dive into everything for today. So, the word from the tea is, and I am drinking a yogi tea, a ginger yogi tea. I've shared with you guys before that just about every day I drink ginger tea because it's just really important to give yourself a lot of energy and to have healthy blood circulating and to also wake up your digestive system so that, you know, when you're eating food, you can digest it better. And ginger is, you know, one of the properties of ginger is it helps the digestive system. So I drink ginger tea every day for energy and digestion. Nevertheless, this tea says, grace is kindness, compassion, and caring. So when I read this, I thought about it for a moment, and I'm like, you know what? That is true. Grace is kindness, compassion, and caring, because when you meet a woman, for instance, that is very graceful, and let's say like an older woman, like in her 60s or something, right? And she's just very graceful and she just moves deliberately. Usually these types of women are very kind, gentle, nurturing, and caring just in their essence. And that's what helps them to have grace. And I feel like this statement is true because moving gracefully is kind of thinking about your surroundings, thinking about other people, which is compassion. You know, just moving in a way that you are not causing harm, not stirring up too much energy within other people. You're just being gentle and you're just, you know, walking by gracefully. So I do like this. And that is definitely one of the things that I am working on, becoming a more graceful woman, just naturally as I am maturing. Peace and greetings. Thanks so much for joining. And so I really like this particular message from the tea because it just, you know, if you are a woman that is working on your gracefulness, then just know that compassion and kindness and caring, it goes along with that. So, nevertheless, and to no further ado, we're going to jump into everything. Why am I talking about this decade coming to an end, or the last 9 years, the last 2 years? Is because we just wrapped up the cycle of the North Node in Leo, South Node in Aquarius cycle, and from 2017 to 2019, 2018, the North Node was in Leo, the South Node was in Aquarius. But this past full moon that we just had, we had in the sign of Aquarius, there was a planet, I believe it was Mercury, that hit the same degree that the eclipse on August 21st, 2017 was at. And this entire full moon was representing the fact that eclipse, in the energy of that eclipse, which is the north and south nodes, that cycle was coming to an end. But understand that the north and south nodes in these eclipses, they're on 18-year and 9-year cycles. So, what I have been able to see and notice in my own life is how things from the last 9 years, how they are really in a way coming to a close, but like I stated, this has impacted me so much because I have a lot of planets in the sign of Aquarius, and so I can feel all of the shifts and changes on a much deeper level. But nevertheless, when I look at all of the signs and I talk to different people and I'm giving readings or what have you, I am seeing this theme in their lives as well. And this is what these eclipses are all about in the first place. So, first things first, what is the South Node all about? The South Node is all about us eliminating, getting rid of negative energy, releasing poor negative traits and/or habits, and it's all about the comfort zone of yourself, and it shows your default position, but the North Node is the direction that we need to walk into, the area that we need to go in, or the qualities and characteristics that we need to develop in life. And with the South Node being in a sign of Aquarius, this was indicating that it's really important for us to get rid of the chaotic energy in our lives, because that's what Aquarius rules on, its lower nature. And South Node definitely highlights the lower nature of the signs. So Aquarius dealing with chaos. Aquarius deals with energy. So toxic energy we're eliminating, toxic friendships that we're eliminating. Even when it comes to having your spiritual awakening and having the issues revolving around your spiritual awakening, those things are coming to a close as well. And the reason why I say that is because Aquarius rules the spiritual awakening. It rules the great awakening that we are feeling taking place on earth. And for those of you who have been on your spiritual awakening for about the last 9 years or so, you will see that the harder part of that awakening is pretty much wrapping up and coming to an end. And now you're able to have your awakening and move forward, but move forward more gracefully with the chaotic energy being eliminated from your life. So I'm really excited about this because the last 9 years for me have been very beautiful and very, very rewarding, but have been very too intense. Just too intense. And I was so withdrawn. It was ridiculous. So, nevertheless, give me some thumbs up if you guys have been feeling like this toxic energy leaving your lives, if you have been getting rid of certain people. And I really want to dive in a bit deeper on that. When it comes to evolving, it's all about your energy is leveling up, is getting better, it's evolving. You are changing, and it's the dynamic of the essence of who you are that is leveling up and changing. And we are electromagnetic beings. And so the more that we are changing within ourselves, our energy is shifting, and therefore our magnetism is changing, and we're magnetizing different things in our reality. So certain friends who didn't level up in the same way that we have, they're kind of stuck in the old dimension, and they're stuck in that old energy, and they're just kind of falling off. Or you could even say you're just moving up into new levels and attracting, or different levels, not to even judge other people, but different levels. And now other people are more so coming into your atmosphere. Now, this is not an easy, this is just not an easy process. It's not the easiest process. It could be very difficult for many, and it has been very difficult. It's with the iPhone, Scorpio. But yeah, it could be very difficult, having to pull away, having to break away from toxic people in your life, especially if you love them. And we have been taught so much from religion to forgive and forget and to love and be compassionate. But it could be to a point where it's a detriment to you, and you will be causing harm to yourself, which is the ultimate disrespect to the universe, is to cause harm to yourself. So if you guys have any toxic people in your life, I mean anything that is toxic, because it's all about toxic energy, releasing toxic energy. Aquarius rules energy, okay? And Pisces rules toxicity. So we're pulling away from the age of Pisces, you know, and coming into the age of Aquarius, letting go of toxic energy, toxic people. I mean, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your mom. I had to cut my mom off, you know, like I love her, but I have to love you from a distance in order to protect and save myself, you know? And the more that you do this, the more that you level up and the more that you are cutting the people off out of your life, you're going to magnetize better people and better situations because you're showing yourself that you value yourself. You're showing the universe that you value yourself. So the universe is going to respect and honor that and is going to give you the different rewards that reflect the honoring of one's self. I mean, and this is just so immensely powerful. But I want to get into how this leveling up, how this wrapping up of these last 9 years, because the last time we had 9 years ago, we had approximately 9 years ago, we had the North Node in Aquarius. And so we have been on, you know, that whole notion, and then the South Node in Aquarius just hit, and it's about us letting those things of the South Node go. So, what was I going to state? Okay, so if you have planets conjuncting Aquarius, you need to know what these planets rule, what they represent. These are going to be the areas of your life that are being shaken up, being released, and being shifted and changed. So people that may have the sun in Aquarius, this is a time, depending upon what age you are, this is a time to let go of a certain level of your youth. This is a time to grow up, to mature, to take a lead in a healthy way, to let go of all things of your ego. And Aquarians, on their ego and their lower nature, they tend to deal with arrogance, okay? They tend to deal with arrogance. So this is a time for you to let go of your arrogant ways, to wake up to the negative things that you have done in your earlier years of life, and to now become a more adult person. If you have Venus conjuncting the South Node in Aquarius, is not there anymore, but you know, the full moon from a couple of weeks ago. This is a time to let go of toxic partnerships, relationships, toxic women in your life, poor attitudes that you may have towards money, and poor expressions that you may have when it comes to your worth. You know, this is a time to release that. If you have, or even a toxic diet, if you have Venus in the sign of Aquarius. If you have the moon in Aquarius, this is a time to let go of maybe an old run down home. You know, this home may not suit your needs any longer. This is a time to let go of toxic emotional expressions or feelings, or just letting go of your past overall. If you have Mars in Aquarius, this is about letting go of anger, releasing anger, or releasing the toxic way that you express your anger. Excuse me. If you have Jupiter in Aquarius, this is about letting go of old belief systems, you know, that don't serve you, or chaotic things that you may have even learned that are not necessarily beneficial to you. I am going to say how it affected all the signs as well, but I just want to go through the planets because I feel like many of us astrologers, including myself, we don't talk about, you know, the planets that these aspects are making conjunctions to, and how they are, you know, pulling us away from them as well. We tend to just focus on the signs and, you know, the horoscopes and stuff like that. So when it comes to oh yeah, and Jupiter, if you have Jupiter in Aquarius, this is about letting go of people of other ethnicities that you may be trying to appease in one way or another, you know, and recognizing okay, you know what? These people are not treating me well, or I've been working with these people and they're not understanding my own people. It's about coming more into being more connected with your own environment, your own people, or stop thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. Okay. Now, when it comes to Uranus in Aquarius, I don't know what age that would be. That I think you guys would be like in your 60s. So I'm not going to go through the outer planets, but yeah, that will be about releasing generational ideals of life that aren't necessarily coherent for this time that we're in. That's a big one. But yeah, so you definitely want to look at the planets that you may have in Aquarius and see what is time to move past. This is big. This is big, and you will see the people who have been major themes in your life over the past 2 years or the past 9 years. And these are going to be the people that are reflecting in this energy that you need to let go of. And it majorly, okay? It majorly deals with people, physical, actual people, not just energy, because it's a sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius rules humanity and friends, So it deals with people in a very big way. Aquarius is the human, so it's about letting go of those humans. Now, when it comes to the signs of the zodiac, I'm going to start with Aquarius. And I kind of did on a post. If you guys do not catch my post on social media, you should definitely check me out on Facebook, on Instagram, and you will be able to see the post that I did on this in case I don't touch on certain things. And I tend to post more on social media because I like to write, and I'm still a little bit shy. Oh, thank you. I'll do Saturn. I'm still a little bit shy. So I just be like posting posts rather than talking on video. Pisces rising. So yeah, thank you. Saturn. If you have Saturn in Aquarius, this is about letting go certain limitations that you may have in your life. This is about letting go of maybe even a business that you may have, and letting go of certain daddy issues that you may have, or any issues that you could deal with when it comes to authority. Okay. Hi, sweetie. My kitten is right here. You're welcome. Thank you. So, Aquarius, we're going to start from Aquarius. It's really important for you guys to release as a matter of fact, before I get into, thank you, Scorpio, for that wow. Before I get into how it's going to affect all 12 signs of the zodiac, I do want to let you guys know that we are having the fall semester of astrologic starting. When this video is done rendering, I will put the links in the description. But also, you guys just check out my website, astrologicschool.com, for more information, or you could email me or message me on Facebook or Instagram, and I can send you over the links and the information from there. When we do our semesters, we are teaching beginner's course and intermediate astrology. So if you really want to learn astrology, you definitely want to learn from a mentor, not just through Google, because there's certain things that you cannot learn on Google. And even the way that the information is lined up on Google is not really cohesive to you really actually fully learning this science, yeah. And then in astrologic, it's two professors teaching you at the same time, so you're getting a whole an ocean of information, and delivered in a particular way that we have figured is the really the best way to actually learn astrology. We have a certain type of a formula in the way that we teach it that really helps you to grasp the knowledge of astrology. It's really helpful. Okay, so nevertheless, starting with Aquarius. Aquarius, this is about you letting go of a certain perception of reality that you may have. This is about you letting go of yourself, getting out of your own way. It's about releasing, even when it comes to your appearance, the way that you dress, the way that you wear your hair, what do you need to come into a more mature style and look? You know, do you need to comb your hair more or better, or stop wearing mohawks and being like really wild and crazy when it comes to your appearance? Is your appearance holding you back in certain ways? You got to think about that. Is your perception of reality holding you back? When it comes to Pisces, this energy is about you letting go of your false sense of reality, in your negative energy. It's about you letting go of people that you may have thought have been your friends, but really behind closed doors, they have been enemies to you. It's about letting those people go. And Pisces is about you recognizing that the fears that you are tuned into, your anxiety and all of that, is causing you to be ill. You're not necessarily sick. You being sick is a part of your false reality. It's more so your mind, is more so your energy that is causing you to feel the sicknesses, and you need to get right within your mind. You need to get right within just the way that you are looking at things and getting past certain fears and limiting beliefs, Listen, watch Joe Dispenza. I love Joe Dispenza, and he talks a lot about healing the body with the mind. And Pisces, you guys definitely need to do that with suffering from so much anxiety and fear and all of that, causing yourselves to literally be sick. And it's about stopping yourself from being in isolation, as if you're in fear of other people. So you just kind of close yourself off from other people and go into your own little closet world or something like this, and hide, and it's about not hiding, coming into being more comfortable with letting yourself be seen. Okay. And when it comes to Aries, this is about letting go of certain things that you may do that are just chaotic to society in general, life in general. It's about letting go of the idea that you are the only one, and that it's all about being completely independent, and knowing that you are a part of the puzzle. You're not the whole puzzle, but a part of the puzzle. It's about letting go of certain friendships that are just, not serving you, that are toxic in one way or another. You may even be called to step away from social media or utilizing the internet in a particular way, or entirely. You may be called to stop dealing with certain things on the internet, and you may have to approach it in another way. Maybe you're being called to totally revamp your presence in the internet spectrum, in the virtual world. You probably have to delete all your posts or something like this, and just refresh and renew yourself in that space. When it comes to Taurus, this is about letting go of Taurus, this is, it's a lot for you. It's a lot for you guys. This is definitely about you letting go of a way that you handle business. And even some of your goals, you may have had certain goals in life that are not aligned with your full purpose, and you need to let go of some of these goals. And if you don't let go of some of these goals, they can be holding you back from your bigger picture and attaining the bigger things that you want to actually have in your life. There may be something within your legacy that you may have been wanting to create that is just not, going to really serve you in your highest good. So you got to look at these things and just be okay with releasing and letting them go, because there are so many better things that are coming for you. Can you guys see my cat in my mirror? He's laying underneath my desk. He is like so precious and fun and silly and very just exciting. And he's looking at me now. Love you. So yeah, so Taurus, that's what I have for you. And you may have a position at work, and you need to give that position up, and come into your own business, become an entrepreneur or something like that. Peace and love. If you're just now joining, you're definitely going to have to watch from the beginning, as I did go through how it's really affecting the personal planets, this 9-year cycle that we're closing out. So you may have to watch it from the beginning. Nevertheless, when it comes to, who's next? Gemini. Gemini, this 9-year cycle is telling you that it is important for you to let go of certain dreams that you may have had when it came to your education. You may have studied in a certain field. You may have been playing a certain sport or something, hoping to get ahead in life based upon these things that you were doing. And now it's time to say, you know what? Let me just let that whole thing go and start focusing on the things that are important, the things that are within me, my mind, getting my mind right, the things that are in my immediate environment, the conversations that I'm having with other people. And let me get these things taken care of rather than trying to chase the things that are outside of myself that are just really, the energy is just not there for those things at this particular time. You guys also may be called to let go of toxic belief systems, or something that you may have learned in school that may not be true, you know? Yeah. So, when it comes to who's next? Cancer. Cancer, these past 10 years, they could have been really tough. You could have dealt with some really traumatizing experiences in your life, that this is a time to say, okay, you know what? I'm not dealing with that stuff anymore. Let me release it. Let me let it go and move forward in my reality, because these things are not even real. They're not here anymore. And it's just me being tapped into the remnants of the energy. And I mean, Cancer, this may be tough for you because you guys cling and hold on to things, and more than other signs of the zodiac. But this is like one of those, you guys are learning about death and rebirth and stuff like that. So this could be like one of those really pulling things that are really prying you apart from certain things, so that you can come into more awareness and more acceptance of releasing, letting go, and all of that. And understand that you are not your traumas. But if you hold on to your traumas, they can become a part of your psychological awareness, which could end up shaping your reality. So you want to be mindful of that. You guys could also be called to let go of certain intimate connections and relations as well, or maybe the way that you deal with your sexuality, maybe being sexually expressive, or even when it comes to your spirituality, doing certain spiritual rituals that may be toxic or maybe just downright evil. You could be called to move away from those things. Leo, this past 9 years was helping you to let go of toxic partnerships. I don't have anything on my hands. Say hi. Say hi. Letting go of toxic partnerships, okay? Certain relationships that just haven't been healthy, whether they're romantic or even with friends, let those friendships go. They're not healthy for you. They could have been kind of chaotic for you. They could have been just too much energy that you had to cater to, that you had to deal with, that is just like, I can't deal with this because I'm not able to focus on myself. And Leos, I know you guys like to focus on yourself, but for the past couple of years, you have been called to focus more on yourself and less on others. So yeah, it's time to tap into that. You could also be called to let go of a certain toxic way that you may be relating to others. It may not just be the others, but the way that you're relating to others that you need to pay attention to as well. Now, when it comes to Virgos, this is about you ending a certain routine. You guys may have a chaotic routine. A lot of you guys are nurses, Virgos and Virgo risings. A lot of you guys are nurses and have such a chaotic work routine, and maybe it's time to modify that. You guys could be working a little bit too much or just at a dead-end job, and now it's time for you to more so focus into your career, or focus into building, going after your dreams. That's what it's really about, rather than just working a 9-to-5 job, letting that 9-to-5 job go so that you could create your dream reality. And also, you guys could have had a pet pass away. within this time, or, you know, realize, you know what, I can't really take care of this pet. The environment is just not suitable for me to have a pet right now. And you guys also could be called to let go of certain negative and toxic habits, you know. And you guys may see certain coworkers leaving that have caused drama. Or if you guys were called to chase your dreams, go after your dreams rather than a 9 to 5, you could have certain coworkers around you who are just chaotic, who are weird, who are just outright strange, and they could be pushing your buttons, excuse me, to the point where you're like, you know what, let me just leave this job altogether. I'm not going to be here. This is just not working. And Libra, you guys are, I know that Libra, you guys have been getting a bit of a rap about being promiscuous often, Libras and Libra risings. And this decade cycle is coming to an end. Is telling you, especially depending upon your age, like if you're in your later 20s or 30s and 40s, this is about letting go of relating to others in just a sexually promiscuous type of a way. You're no longer a child. This is time for you to grow up and to take things more seriously. You guys are also being called to deal with your children in a certain manner. You know, some of you guys may be having to let go of your children, you know, so you could get your mind right, get your spirit right, or something like this, or let go of certain people that may be holding you back from connecting to your children. You may also be called to release a certain level of your creative skills and capabilities and tune more into you showing your creative skills and capabilities online or to other platforms rather than in the same atmosphere that you have been, you know, expressing them in. And when it comes to Scorpio, this last 10 years is about you letting go of your home environment. There may be certain things in your home, the energy may be very heavy, very toxic, and you just need to get out of there. You need to leave the home alone. You need to get away from your parents or family, certain family members you just need to detach from so you can get your mind right. This is about you letting go of your past and certain heavy toxic emotions that you may have been having. You know, this is about you really coming more into yourself and who you are, what type of legacy or business you're creating for yourself, or what type of a status you're creating for yourself. And in order to truly create this new person that you're creating for yourself, you have to let the old person go. You got to let the old people go. You know, you got to let the old environment go from the last 9 years or so. You know, people that have been in your home for the last 9 years, you got to let them go. Now, when it comes to Sagittarius, oh yes, when it comes to Sagittarius, third house, this last 9 years has been saying that it is important for you to cut out the negative thinking, you know, cut off the toxic thought patterns. If you curse a lot, this is time for you to stop cursing, all of that. But also your driving habits. How are you driving? You know, are you texting while driving? What are you doing when you're driving? You need to knock that off. Whatever you're doing behind the wheel, you need to pay more attention to what you are doing. You guys also may be called to come into a new atmosphere and a new environment as well and start you know, tapping more into the truth of who you are, you know, being an explorer, you know, rather than just staying in the status quo and the things that you're used to, and coming more into that exploring. Maybe you guys have just been reading a lot, and the universe is saying it's time for you to get out there, live your life, enjoy it, and explore it. Excuse me, I'm getting messages. And last but not least, Capricorn, this last 9-10 years is telling you that you got to let go of the hustle and bustle life. There may be things that you are not paying attention to that could be stopping you from having a full existence. You guys may be on your hustle and your grind too much in a way that it is not allowing you to really fulfill everything that you want to fulfill in your life, you know? And you guys are also being called to look at money in another way. It's not always about working and working for the money, but learning how to make your money work for you by investing into other startup companies, or, you know, investing into stocks, you know, paying attention to your insurance and, you know, just your resources involved with other people. You guys are also being called to let go of a certain diet that you've been having that is just really not good for you, you know? And you guys could have been on the hustle and grind with certain friends, or having some issues when it comes to money with certain friends, and you got to let these people go as well. And also, you are being called to change your beliefs when it comes to different materials. You know, you may be called to pull away from certain materials, let certain materials go. So, and if you find that you're losing money, it's because you're chasing it too much. And it's because you're not investing it into other things, and you're just trying to be on the hustle and bustle. But the universe is like, no, I didn't say for you to be on the hustle and bustle for your whole life. You're supposed to break away from that for a moment and let your money work for you. I highly suggest and recommend that you read Tony Robbins' book, Money Master the Game, because your money's supposed to work for you. You're not supposed to just work your whole life for money, okay? So you guys, this is my dissertation on the last 9 2-year cycles, and even 18 years. You know, you guys could have been dealing with some of these things for the past 18 years, and it's about you letting those things go as well. So this is definitely very brief. If you guys want to know more personally how this is affecting you and really what is coming next, because I'm about to do the new moon in Virgo video, and that's going to be all about what is coming next from wrapping up this 9-year cycle. I'm really excited about this new moon, so I really wanted to get this out there so we can, you know, so I could start with the new moon in Virgo, and it's all going to be fresh energy. I'm even amping up everything that I'm doing. I'm over here just sitting in my room, but I'm fixing my background. You know, I'm about to just fix everything when it comes to my online platform and presence and all of that stuff. But I'm still working some little details out, you know, so excuse my super laxed nature, but this 9 years is getting me a bit out of that, I guess you could say. And yeah, stepping more into just cleaning everything up and making everything just have the look and the appeal that I desire for it to have in the first place. So, but the information is still very relevant and is still very important. So I sometimes I'm like, I just have to share. I just have to let everybody know what's going on. So if you guys want to know how it's affecting you, get in contact with me via Facebook, Instagram. You guys know how to get in contact with me. I think I have my email on here somewhere. And yeah, stay tuned because I have some more videos coming up. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos on YouTube. I'm kind of stepping away from Facebook and Instagram. I mean, I will be. I'm not now, but eventually I will be stepping away from Facebook and Instagram and posting more on YouTube. And then I'm going to actually be posting just more on my website eventually overall. So you guys connect with me here, share the videos, like and subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell button so you guys can be notified when I am going live or when I am uploading a new video. I'm going to be putting a lot of information out there. I have like 7 months of information and content already ready to be released. So I'm really, really excited about all this that I'm going to be sharing over the next few years with everyone. I do have some events coming up at the end of September. I've been sharing them online and everything. You guys check that out if you want to see me in person, if you're in the Los Angeles area. And I will be holding different webinars where I'll be going more in depth on information. So you guys, if you like the information I give, the free information I give, you guys should definitely tune in every now and again to some of my live webinars because I go way, way, way more in depth and it's much more calculated information and all of that. So I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. I will catch you guys probably about 2 Thursdays out of the month with Tea Time Spirituality. So stay tuned for this. And if you guys like when I go live and do the tea time spirituality, let me know if you guys have any suggestions or things that you want me to talk about. Let me know. And I'm going to go and have my tea. Much love and light. Peace.